So we're at the end of our first week. Let's recap a bit. First and foremost, fulfillment comes from being fulfilled in who you are, being fulfilled in the things that matter to you. And those things aren't always clear. So what's most important is understanding what it is that is you, who you happen to be. And we talked about meditation to do that. We talked about ways you illustrate that in things such as networking, understanding yourself, going out there and finding people that fit so that you don't wind up spinning your wheels being something that you're not, and which in turn you wind up spinning your wheels for things that you're not motivated to do, getting into the zone, so to speak. This is effective at work. For instance, you're in situations that you feel you're frustrated, things sabotage you, things derail you. And to be perfectly honest, when you're doing you're either learning more about yourself or you're being successful at being yourself, one or the other. There's no failure when it comes to being yourself. It's temporary setbacks. There are things that may not go your way, but failure doesn't happen when you're being yourself. So the idea is that you have to continue to repeat this, find ways to integrate that into your day. And the things that are negative don't seem to bother you so much. The problems that you have don't seem to affect you in such a negative way. So understanding whom you happen to be, as Hannah said previously, ask yourself every day, is this important? Is this important? You can do that through meditation. You can do that through list. You can do it through many other ways. But something I was thinking of just as I was trying to explain this was that if you are trying to sort of be yourself, let's say, for instance, you have a problem, you have a sickness or an illness or something really serious affects your life. At that moment, you go, oh my goodness, my life is over, or this isn't going to happen. But eventually what winds up happening, hey, babies, you wind up getting over it. Not getting over it, but find a way to get it to work into your life. It finds a way. You find a way to integrate that, whether it's losing an arm or losing a loved one or losing a job or losing money. You find ways to move on. And that's where your brain starts to, that's your brain moving forward. That's your brain trying to find ways to be yourself regardless, right? Now imagine what happens if you are on your way, if you know who you are, if you know what you're trying to accomplish, if you know what you're trying to accomplish for yourself, what fulfills you as a human being, is you're naturally going to start to incorporate that into more and more of your life, to where the little things or even the big things that happen don't affect you in the same way any longer. So before you move on to the next week, because we're going to talk about actual specific examples, very personal things, I'll use examples from growing up in the States, racial issues. I'll talk about financial issues. I'll talk about relationships and answer some questions. It's really good for you to figure out who you happen to be, because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to explain situations and you're immediately going to go, well, that wouldn't happen to me, or he's an idiot, or something like that. Very critical type of things. And catch that for a moment, right? What someone else does, what someone else thinks, what someone else accomplishes isn't necessarily something we need to criticize or we need to be upset about or anything at all. It's about, how does that teach me about myself? What does that teach me about, not only what the person went through, what does it teach you about yourself, but how you respond to that, right? Look at it as an opportunity to start to grow who you happen to be. Right, Hannah? Oh, what's up? Oh, you want to play a grocery store game? Okay, I'll play with you. So time for me to go out and coach someone on how to run a supermarket. I hope you had a great week. Look forward to many more with you. Take care. Bye.